Travis Wingate. So I was doing a new type of video today in which I was copying and pasting discourses by Joseph Smith that Brigham Young refused to put in his Doctrine and Covenants. After Joseph Smith was assassinated, 1844, Brigham Young published a new Doctrine and Covenants and included some new sections in there. And then he did one other one the year before he died. That's when he forged Section 132 so that the United States would have difficulty shutting down polygamy, as he and the United States were battling it out. But regardless, I did a second one about March 17th, 1842, which you see it in there in the video. You see that it's the words of Joseph Smith. I even link you to the Joseph Smith papers in which he gives this talk. And if you see the homepage of the Joseph Smith papers, you know it's by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and they call it the official source for all things Joseph Smith. And if you don't understand what official source is, why are you And so that's what this first one was. Joseph Smith gives LDS women priesthood and priesthood offices. So it kind of requires you to have some level of intelligence to be able to read and comprehend what you read. So yes, this is a comment reply video. And so Billy Hess, Mr. Dumbass, and so he starts off, why do you spend your time slandering this church? Really? I'm quoting Joseph Smith. I do not speak. I do not put my comments in. I quote. It's copy and paste in the video. Boom. There it is. And I had the thumbnail. That was mine, sort of. I put the quote from Oaks in the conference of 2014. That's what he said. It's not my quote. And then I put my information to remind women of the church he's next in line to be the president of the church. And he's got this kind of mindset towards women, despite the doctrine of Joseph Smith, of which this church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, claims Joseph as the founder. Why are you disregarding the words of the founder? Doesn't make any sense to me. If Joseph Smith is our founder, shouldn't we embrace all things Joseph Smith? Why do we discredit Joseph Smith? Why do we not believe him and say, well, it wasn't inspired writing because it wasn't canonized? Again, it was Brigham who chose not to put it in. And it was Brigham who took away the priesthood and priesthood office from women. Now you understand why Brigham didn't put it in. This is not complicated, guys. And yet we're 200 years away from those events, and you just don't think. You think, well, the way it is now is the way it was then. And everything's fine in my little bubble world. My spiritual witness is true. Church is true, even though it has nothing to do with Joseph's church, as I've done the other videos the other day. So he says, why do you spend your time slandering this church? Well, there was no vocalized speech. There's a difference between slander and libel. He's wanting to say libel, but he's dumb. And so he's accusing Joseph Smith. It's the words of Joseph Smith that gave women the priesthood. You can have it as the men's priesthood. Emma became voted as the president. She could have counselors. She did have counselors. And he says You can also pattern it after the male priesthood offices with Aaronic priesthood offices of deacon and teacher and etc. He let them do it the way they wanted to do it, and you see there that they did, at least for what they voted for. You can see that John Taylor tried to change the name of the church, but then Joseph said, no, that particular name has a negative connotation because of an organization that uses that same name, and they're notoriously evil. And so the women already voted to have it as it is, and so they, gave John Taylor the hand. But, this Billy Hess does not know Mormonism. It is very clear here. As he doesn't know the words of Joseph Smith, as he denounces Joseph Smith. Even the people who put thumbs down on these videos that quote Joseph Smith, do you understand what you're doing? No, because you're TikTok attention spans. You do not understand these offices and the women are not ordained. Yeah, I know. That's the whole point of my videos. Mormons don't know. That it used to be under Joseph Smith, and it's not under Brigham Young to Nelson. Not ordained to the Aaronic or Melchizedek priesthood, but women do hold their respective offices, the men's offices, and can certainly tap into the power of God. He's giving the rhetoric that the prophets use as their patriarchal abuse explanation. And there needed to be a restoration of all things. Oh, do you not understand that there needed to be a restoration of all things? Yeah, and Brigham Young took it away. There still needs to be a restoration of Joseph's restorations and then some that Joseph never got to finish. The church and its doctrines and priesthood powers authority. Why, ask yourself, who that? Seriously? Get off the court. You ain't got game. Why are there 12,000 factions of Christianity throughout the world and many other religions? I meant to have that on the screen ready to go for you. So we got to take time to do it here. Branch offs of Joseph Smith's church. This is going to come as a shock to you, Billy. He's been deleted and reported. Well, he's been reported. He'll still be able to watch my videos until he gets punished. List of denominations in the LDS Latter-day Saint movement. There should be the picture. Yep, there it is. So let me count the number of branch offs from Joseph Smith. There's Brigham. They don't put Brigham as a branch off. That's an error. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. That's the top portion. Now the bottom portion. You getting the point here? This is why I tell you that Joseph Smith's church ended with his death. He's trying to use the argument that Christianity fell because it's split into 1,000 different pieces. I've been telling you the same thing. But you can't use it as an argument to say that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is true because they haven't branched off and split up. It just doesn't work. And So, yeah, this is just a stupid argument by an ignorant Mormon who's trying to defend the church without a clue. Because man made them up after all the apostles of old were murdered. Yeah, Joseph and Hiram were murdered. Same pattern. Amazing. It's almost as if I've been telling you that the Bible stories are not literal history, but prophecy of revelation for the latter days. Think about it and stop attacking the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter, not Latter. Is that a ladder to heaven instead of a stairway now? And then another one. She was a brand new subscriber. And yeah, what the hell happened to you? I had to... It's just, people are dumb. She's... I'll believe you if you prove it. It's the words of Joseph himself. You can't get a more primary source than that. What is wrong with you people? An excellent movie from the trailer that I've seen so far about Eddie Murphy and Jonah Hill. Apparently Jonah Hill wants to marry Eddie Murphy's daughter. And the title of the movie is called You People. Hilarious. But, yeah, this is sick and wrong, guys. Quit being stupid. It makes you look dumb. It makes the church look worse than it already is. I mean, I did a video earlier explaining about a person who didn't understand what a crime is. Thought the church wasn't committing a crime. That if the church was committing a crime, it's an acceptable crime because Jesus approves of it. Dear God. It's just sick and wrong. But this is what happens when you're ignorant. You become hateful. You become criminal. As you do things thinking that you're justified when you're not.